Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a huge announcement from Apple, one that might just change everything we think we know about the laptop. So, think about your laptop for a second. I mean, really think about it. Yeah, it's gotten thinner, it's way faster, but the core idea, it's basically been the same for decades, right? Just a screen hinged to a keyboard. So, that's the big question we're asking today. Has the laptop been perfected, or is it just stuck?
All right, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about why the laptop feels like it's in limbo. Then we get to the fun part, Apple's wild new answer. We'll peek under the hood at the tech making it all happen, imagine how it could totally blow up your workflow, and then we'll ask that big final question. Is this really the future? Okay, so let's jump right into part one, the laptop in limbo. Because, to really get where we might be heading, we've got to understand exactly where we are right now. And this idea, the static slab, pretty much nails the issue. I mean, for years and years, we've been typing on this rigid, unchanging thing. A fixed physical keyboard, a flat 2D screen. Don't get me wrong, it works, but it's always been on us to adapt to the machine, right? Not the other way around. So if the static slab is the problem, what's the solution? Well, that leads us straight into part two. Apple has what they're calling a dynamic answer, and it's called the MacBook Neo. And wow, this comparison really says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got what we all know, the static keyboard, the flat display. But then you look to the right, and you see the vision for the MacBook Neo. We're talking about a surface that changes, 3D projections, a totally fluid interface. This is not just another iteration. This is a complete reinvention of the idea. Okay, let's dig into the first mind-blowing feature here. Just imagine for a second, what if your keyboard wasn't just a keyboard? What if it could completely change itself to fit whatever you're doing right in the moment? Well, check this out. It's a dynamic e-ink keyboard. So picture this. You fire up a design program, and boom, all your special tools and shortcuts just appear on the keyboard. You want to switch to typing in another language, or even use a full emoji set? The whole thing reconfigures in a heartbeat. You can even make your own custom shortcuts that physically show up. And the crazy part? They say it even feels real, thanks to some pretty advanced haptic feedback that mimics the click of a key. All right, so that's the bottom half of the device, which is already incredible. But what about the screen? Well, this is where things get really wild. We're talking about a display that literally breaks out of its physical frame. Yeah, you heard that right. This is a holographic display. It projects actual 3D models into the air right above the keyboard, and you can just reach out and move them around with your hands. All of a sudden, your workspace isn't limited to a tiny screen anymore. It's the entire room. I mean, this could totally change the game for creative work, for collaboration, for everything. Okay, but hold on. What kind of insane power do you need to pull all of this off in real time? Well, that brings us neatly to part three, the engine of innovation. And it's all about the brand new A18 Pro chip. So the big number that everyone's talking about is this, a 40% jump in neural engine performance. And let's be real, this isn't just about making your apps open a split second faster. No way. This is the kind of raw power you need to render holograms in real time and have a keyboard that can literally transform itself instantly. And if you look at how these chips have evolved, it really tells the whole story. The leap in the neural engine is just massive. And this new Neo core for graphics, it's apparently in a completely different class. Plus, the efficiency is supposed to be unmatched, which is crucial because it means you can do all this crazy stuff without the thing melting. Make no mistake, this chip is what makes the whole MacBook Neo experience even possible. All right, the tech is incredible. We get it? But so what? What does this actually mean for you and me, day to day? Well, that's what part four is all about. Your workflow reimagined. Let's just paint a picture here. Imagine you're a designer. You open up your app, and your keyboard instantly becomes your custom tool set. Then you project a 3D model of what you're working on right into the room as a hologram. You can physically get up, walk around it, tweak things with your hands, and then you can share that same interactive hologram with a client who's thousands of miles away. I mean, that's not just an improvement, that's a whole new way of working. And you can just imagine the possibilities, right? Artists could sculpt 3D models as if they were working with clay. No clunky VR headset needed. For developers, the keyboard could instantly flip between different coding languages. Students could pull a complex molecule right out of the screen and inspect it from all sides. It's all about taking what's digital and making it feel real, tangible. So, where is all of this heading? For our last section, let's just zoom out a bit and ask the really big question. Is this the future? We need to look beyond just this one new device.
There is this one line from the announcement that really stuck with me. It said, "We're moving from a world of interacting with a computer to a world of interacting in a computing space." Just let that sink in for a second. The computer stops being this little box we stare into and starts becoming the actual space we work and create in.
And that just leaves us with this one final, kind of mind-bending question to chew on. If our screen can be projected anywhere we want, if our digital world is all around us, then where is the computer? Is it even a physical thing anymore? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.